All right, yo, we back with another video. So today we are going to be going over floor 61. Now, obviously, we got the newest update for these new tower floors. And let me tell you, these new floors, they're insanely difficult. They scaled these to the maximum. So I'm basically going to be doing a voiceover of my run because it makes no sense for me to have hours of talking to myself and repeating myself just to obviously clear this one run of this, floor, because they are absolutely disgusting. So anyways, we're here on floor 61, and obviously I'm just going to play the video here out so that way you can kind of get a look at it and see it. But first thing, as you can see, it's weak to yellow, and there's going to be two bosses. So you already know I had to whip out that Team Gojo nuke strat. So now for this, we took as many old charge recollections as possible. You could probably use Rare Inumaki here, but since I got all the, OP gotcha recollection charges, I felt like I didn't really necessarily need him. Now, in terms of floor 61, there's a couple things to factor in that make this very annoying. So you have two bosses, right? And both bosses take two actions. So essentially you're getting 4 actions from an enemy every single turn. One will spam AoE while the other keeps fucking poisoning your units. It's absolutely annoying. And then that's not even all of it. To conclude, on top of it, they have 40 million and 20 million HP for these two. So it's fucking insane how much damage you actually have to do and how much HP they actually have. So to put this into perspective, let's say we had the boss on stage 45 and he only has 8 million HP, right? And then the average HP of floor 50 to 60 bosses were around 10 million. Well, as you can see, the complete jump to 40 and 20 million is absolutely absurd. The power creep is fucking disgusting. Right, absolutely disgusting. So anyways, as you can see, I was basically stalling to get my ult on Yaga, so I can get that domain Megami to kind of combo ult for a max damage rotation. And once we do that, we're going to be able to focus the 40 million HP boss, since Team Gojo will passively kind of like take down the 20 mil HP boss, just, obviously doing all his damage. But one thing to note, you can kind of notice that the damage is quite annoying. So having Shoko here is definitely going to be a blessing, because she's literally one of the best healer in the fucking game. And if you don't have her, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to use the strategies involving Junpei, because obviously, Junpei is pretty good in terms of giving you survivability from, these bosses. But since I have her, I feel like I'm not going to go through the trouble of investing into other characters, characters like Junpei, who I've had for quite some time, but I just didn't feel like I needed him, so I just didn't invest into him. While Shoko I used for quite a bit of things already. I've already invested into her, so I'm using her in this team. So as you can see here, we're just going with our ults, the combo ults. Get the stun on the other boss. But yeah, this floor 61 is absolutely disgusting with how much damage they do. You're constantly getting poisoned and everything. Like, if we didn't have Shoko, God, would this be a pain in the ass. So we're going to use Shoko skill 3 and kind of buff a bit here. Obviously start debuffing the enemy, because we're going to use Gojo to ult soon. So we want to make sure that we have all these debuffs ready and active on the enemy. We're getting very lucky that they are attacking our Megami, because Megami is just kind of dodging all the attacks, right? All right. So here I opt to heal instead, just because your Yaga is very close to dying, and we want to make sure that he stays alive, because he is going to be kind of like our passive debuffer on our team and our buffer. So we need him alive as long as possible. The darkness kind of gives us survivability too. Then we're going to buff, we're going to debuff, and then we're going to debuff again, and then we're going to use our ult here, because we buffed plenty enough. So, like I mentioned earlier, here with his ult, he should passively take out one of the bosses, and then we'll just kind of only have to focus on one. Fairly close, right? Shoko, an absolute monster in this fucking game. Like, look at those fucking heals, constantly just healing your team, providing buffs for your team. She's so fucking good, bro. When she comes out on global, I'm definitely gonna get her. We're gonna combo ult here. Do some AoE attacks here. And then we'll kind of do a little bit of damage on our Gojo. Gonna give us some ult gauge charge. I do apologize for the quality. I recorded this on my phone, so it is kind of a little bit iffy. So here we're going to obviously attack him. We're going to debuff him a little bit. And then we're going to apply Limitless. We're going to get that Domain Megami ult going off, so that way we can get into Shadow Garden, so we can start debuffing again. So that way our Gojo's ready to go again with his ult. Start buffing. Might go back actually, and yeah. Here we're just going to start debuffing. Obviously we're leading up to, of course, our Gojo doing his nuke again. As you can see, our Yaga did happen to die off, which is very unfortunate, but it's fine. We do have Yuki to kind of pick up some of the slack. We're not going to have as many debuffs, but we are going to be able to get that curse energy regen. This is going to help our Shoko heal a lot more, be able to buff, all that good stuff. And then if we manage to get to our Yuki's ult before Gojo attacks it, then we'll obviously be able to get the combo off between him and Yuki, him and Gojo. Buff again. Give some survivability to Shoko, since we're going to be buffing to try to do as much damage as possible. So we want to give her some survivability to make sure she doesn't die off here. Debuff again with Megami, and then of course go into our ult with Gojo. Now one of them should die off here. Yep, and then the other one is broken. So basically, at this point, you can kind of figure that the run is essentially over. We've already beaten him. There's no way that he's going to survive this. Literally no way. Our Gojo's full, our Megami's full, our Yuki just came in, he has his ult. This is basically as good as done. Boss is dead. And now that there's only one boss, there's not that much damage coming to us, which means our Shoko is going to be able to out-heal all the damage that we do take. Especially with our Yuki here. So yeah. Basically, the run is complete here, and that's going to be the end of the floor 61. Well, I appreciate y'all boys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next floor.